Hey, we are back here at Song of the Day. Thank you from Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Friday. You know what that means. Say it with me. It is Octane Friday. And that's when we kick it up a notch. Hope you're enjoying this week. It is sweltering hot out there through most of the country. We're here in New England. Hot. Super hot. Hope you enjoyed some of the episodes this week to cool you down. A little bit of B-52s, a little bit of Billy Joel. We got another episode coming in, I think Saturday, tomorrow. Should have another one coming in. And then you might not see anything for a few days, but we'll see. What are we talking about today? We are going back 33 years ago this week, June 17th, 1991. The mighty Van Halen dropped their 9th studio album, 3rd with Sammy Hagar, For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. For F-U, unlawful, C, carnal, K, knowledge. You all know where we're going with this. Sammy Hagar, 1991. It was a lot going on with censorship. If you remember the late 80s or early 90s with continuing of censorship of music and album covers and images and lyrics and all that obsession that was still going on. So he said he wanted to name his album F-U-C-K. But they were like, no, you can't name it that. So they named it this. And then when they went on tour, they just shortened it unofficially and called it the F-U-C-K, F-U-C-K live tour. But anyway, this is coming off of their hugely successful album OU812, 812 for those of you not in the know, so clever names, but in 1988. That's my favorite Sammy Hagar Van Halen record, OU812. But this one, highly anticipated after that massive record and huge tour. Of course, it did debut at number one. Remember back in those days, they would ship however many units to record stores. And I think at that time, new release day was Tuesday. It was a Tuesday. And they based it on how many they shipped, I think. But anyway, debuted at number one, and it was number one for 3 weeks. Of note, this one was produced by Ted Templeman. Ted Templeman was the producer of the first, all the albums for David Lee Roth era Van Halen. He did all of them. He did the debut all the way through 1984. And then he wasn't involved with the first two officially with Sammy Hagar, although he did help arrange the track order of OU812. But now he's back as an official producer. This, again, hugely anticipated. They dropped the debut. I think the debut single was Poundcake. And, he had this cordless drill that Eddie Van Halen he used on his guitar for that sound effect. And this is heavy. This is back to heavy, hard rock. The synthesizers are gone. There's piano there, but this is all Eddie Van Halen. Front and center, guitar forward, kick you in the teeth, hard rock and roll. So much so that I think that's why it got so many poor reviews. Rolling Stone gave it a 2 out of 5, which means I loved it because my whole life, it seems like they gave all my favorite records 2 out of 5. It was very rare for me to see a 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 of anything that I liked. That just seemed to be the case. But other people didn't care for it either, so they just said it was too busy, too much guitar, just overwhelming guitar and screaming vocals and not enough harmonies like OU812, and that's fair. But it does. It's a kick-ass rock and roll record, starting with Poundcake. That's an awesome song. There's a lot of great songs on here. I think there were like 6 or 7 singles off this thing worldwide, but. Anyway, Poundcake, Judgment Day, Run Around, of course, awesome song. Top of the World. Top of the World, I read that their guitar riff from that came from the 1983-84 era with David Lee Roth. They said it was like a riff that you would hear at the end of Jump on demos. But then they say you can hear it, the guitar part from Top of the World in the US Festival 1983 performance of Dance the Night Away. I did go through and play that, and I think I pinpointed it, but I don't always have an ear for that kind of stuff. So you'll have to, someone can do that. But I think I know what they're talking about, which is kind of interesting. Right now, of course, I mean, just massive hit, massive video, great song. Love the intro, love the piano, and love the way it just kicks in. And it was just like, driving a stick shift. I just remember playing that really loud and just being like just gaining speed and shifting through the gears at the beginning of that song. I don't know. It also felt very Miami Vice-like. But anyway, The Dream Is Over, awesome. Man on a Mission, of course, great. These are all great songs. But for me, and I saw a lot of posts about this record this week, I was like, you know what? You never hear this song. And this one was my favorite off the record, probably. And the song is called Spanked. And this is an awesome song. You know what? It's got a heavy guitar to it, but it's not too much guitar. It's actually got a chorus, in the background a little bit. But it's about Sammy Hagar staying up late, watching TV and seeing a commercial for those 900 numbers. Remember those days? I don't know. Those 900 numbers. And that's what it's about. Call the Spank Line. And I think this is a great song. And I think it's put together well. And it's not quite as busy as some of the other ones. But I like this record a lot. And Spanked is your song of the day. So get spanked today on Friday as you roll into the weekend. You guys like this record? Anyone see the Sammy Hagar Van Halen tours of this era? Of the first 3 albums? Anyone? I didn't see it until the David Lee Roth tour, so tell me if you saw some of that early stuff. Of course, I didn't even mention Ted Templeman. He produced Montrose's debut record in 1973 and their follow-up in 74. Who was in Montrose? Sammy Hagar. So I'm just saying. Do that one. But anyway, you're getting spanked today on Friday. I hope you enjoy it. And whatever you're doing, I hope it involves music. Say it with me. Take it out with me. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.